I have a lot of movies here, so firstly, I'm gonna do 2001: A Space Odyssey. Now, you all may think that I'm crazy for saying this, but this is my favorite movie of all time. I don't know why, but every time I watch this film, it absolutely mesmerizes and entrances me. I love it. I can't explain why. The only reason is probably because this is one of the most unique movies ever made. There is no other movie in the world like this. And that's why I love it. It's because it's totally unique in its own way. No other film tries to be like it. A lot of people say that this movie is boring and that it's totally unwatchable. I disagree. I love this movie to death. It's great. All right. Now that I've done that, I have the original Clash of the Titans. I already did a review on the new movie, the new version, and I think that it sucks balls. Peter Jackson's Bad Taste. This was like, if I'm correct, this was like Peter Jackson's very first movie that he ever did. And if you watch this movie, you will be shocked to know that the guy who directed this piece of crap, I say piece of crap in a bad and not in a good way because it's meant to be a piece of crap. I love it. It's fun as hell. It's so stupid. It's so silly. It really doesn't take itself seriously at all. But if you watch this, it's disgusting as hell. And there's no way you could think that the guy who directed this would also be the same guy who directed The Lord of the Rings. That's the most shocking thing about it. Alright. Jack Brooks' Monster Slayer. A very fun, a very cool monster movie. I wish there were more monster movies made like this. It doesn't take itself very seriously. It's a very good throwback to the really cool, cheesy monster movies of the 80s. The original Spider-Man movie, great movie. Jaws, this movie needs no introduction at all. Army of Darkness, I do have all the Evil Dead movies, and this one is really good. This one is funny as hell. The Matrix, yes. I am reluctant to show you that I do have The Matrix. I'm going to go on record and say that I think The Matrix is probably one of the most overrated films of all time. Now, that doesn't mean I hate it. This is a good movie, don't get me wrong. The action scenes are awesome, and the premise and the concept of the movie is genius. However, I think while the action scenes are awesome, I think I've seen way better action scenes in way older movies than this one. The other two Matrix movies suck balls, in my opinion. There we go. Evil Dead 2, fantastic movie. Alright. This is where it gets good, the Animatrix. This is an awesome movie right here. This is the Matrix movie to own, in my opinion. It does such a good job of explaining the whole world and backstory behind the Matrix universe that I think this could just stand alone on its own as being a companion to the first Matrix movie. Them, movie about giant ants. Believe it or not, it's actually a very good movie. It actually takes itself quite seriously, and it works, which is a rarity for most 1950s B monster movies. Rodan, which was the first, believe it or not, this was the first Toho monster movie to be released in color. I know. Resident Evil Degeneration. Pretty fun movie. It adds some cool ideas to the Resident Evil world. 7. This is a fucked up movie. This is a really fucked up movie right here if you ever get the chance to watch it. The Spectacular Spider-Man, the complete first season. God damn it, I am waiting for Marvel to come out with a second complete season of this show. What the hell is taking you so long, Marvel? Answer this for me, please. This is probably one of my this is probably my favorite Spider-Man show ever. Which it would have been even better if it wasn't canceled. Fucking, I'm still pissed off about that. Goddamn Marvel. I got the Ghost Rider movie, which I actually think is pretty good. A lot of people hate on it, but I actually like it. The original Iron Man movie really doesn't need... I really don't need to explain this one. It pretty much speaks for itself. Cloverfield. Alright, I want to talk about this movie for a little bit. This is a good... I like this movie. I thought it was a cool idea to actually have a monster movie from the point of view of the humans. Only problem is that the human characters in this movie are terrible. I really could not give two fucking shits about whether the human characters in this movie died or if they lived. I am dead serious. I really didn't give a fuck about the human characters in this movie. If you want to make a good horror movie, you have to have decent, sympathetic, relatable human characters to latch onto, because when human characters in a movie, when they... Alright, continuing on here, I got Planet Hulk, which is based, of course, on the comic book storyline, which I think is one of the best comic book storylines ever thought of. The Hulk becoming the king of an alien planet. Pure genius. Kick-Ass. This is another movie that really surprised me with just how awesome it was. Very faithful to the book, and I actually think it's better than the book. Children of Men. Very, very good movie. Very heart-wrenching movie. Iron Man 2, very good follow-up to the first. Halo Legends, a very interesting look at the mythology of Halo. A Watchmen, the director's cut. I actually kind of like all the extra stuff they put in here. Reservoir Dogs. Batman Under the Red Hood. You can see right there I have it upside down for some reason. Batman Gotham Knight, made by the same people who did Halo Legends. Very good Batman movie. Batman Mask of the Phantasm, my favorite Batman movie ever. Alright. Metal, A Headbanger's Journey. Me being a huge fan of heavy metal, this is a fantastic, extremely well done documentary. And if you love heavy metal, then you definitely need to pick this up. The Harry Potter 6-disc DVD set that collects the first 2 Harry Potter films. Yes, I love Harry Potter. If you hate that, then fuck you. I got the Goblet of Fire, the Half-Blood Prince. No, the Order of the Phoenix, sorry. This is the Half-Blood Prince right here. All of these films are great. The Spawn animated series. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the first 2 seasons of this series are really good. The third season, though, I thought really lacked. Just in my personal opinion, it really lacked. This is a different DVD of Jaws. It's got like different special features and stuff. The Sam Katzman Icons of Horror collection. It's got 4 just really awesome 1950s B horror movies. It's great stuff. It's got the Giant Claw, the Creature with the Atom Brain, Zombies of Mortal, The Werewolf, just awesome stuff. Platoon, a great Army movie. The Ed Norton Incredible Hulk movie. This one, I like this one because it was more faithful to the comics and you got to see the Abomination. The Alien Triple Pack. I love the Alien movies as well as the Predator movies. I like the third Alien movie, even though a lot of people really rip on that movie a whole lot, but I actually think it's pretty good. Inglourious Bastards, one of Quentin Tarantino's finest movies. Terminator 2 movie needs absolutely no introduction. Hamburger Hill, a very good Vietnam War movie. I highly suggest picking it up. The Val Lewton horror collection. Val Lewton was basically, he was a movie producer in the 30s who made a lot of very subtle, dark film noirish type psychological horror movies. And they were very, he was kind of like Hitchcock, but Hitchcock only directed a couple of movies that could really be classified as horror. Val Lewton was straight up horror all the way. You're not going to find a whole lot of nudity or gore since these movies are mostly from the 30s and 40s, but even black and white movies, even black and white horror movies can be extremely good if you just give them a chance. I'm having a little trouble fitting it in there. Green Lantern First Flight, a very good Green Lantern origin story, I must say. A very good twist on the origin of the character. Event Horizon. This is a very fun horror movie, I have to say. It's very disturbing, but it's also, the acting and the writing is a little subpar, but I still like it. I think it's a very fun, it has a very creepy atmosphere to it. A little double feature here for you. Another Val Lewton DVD. This actually came with that box set. I Walked with a Zombie, a great movie, and a movie with Boris Karloff called The Body Snatcher. Terminator Salvation, another movie that a lot of people will like to take a shit on, but I actually think is pretty good. Creep Show, fantastic movie from George Romero. The original Terminator. Alfred Hitchcock's magnum opus right here, Vertigo. If you have not seen this movie, then you are devoiding yourself of movie history, because this movie is incredible. The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms. This was like one of the first movies to have stop motion animation from a master of it, which was Ray Harryhausen. This is a great 1950s monster movie. I'm a huge fan of monster movies, in case you haven't noticed. I freaking love monster movies, which may not come as a surprise.